fundamental things that they need. They need flirting, they need the sparks, they need the friendship, they need all these things. They're not getting them from each other. Then they go to work and they're all dressed up, they're looking fabulous, they're being their best self, and all of a sudden a crush may start. So there's work. There's also the internet as well. Many people are having affairs through the internet, and basically it becomes so subtle they don't even realise what's happening. One girl I knew ended up having an affair through the internet and almost lost her marriage. One man I knew actually did lose his marriage. It was really quite tragic. His wife was sitting upstairs typing away to her internet lover, and he ended up flying over, and she went off with him, so actually left the country with the kids, so it was really quite devastating. It's just amazing. People can form big connections, spending hours and hours at a time.
It's very sad.
Yeah, it is sad, yeah, for sure.
Phoebe, the book I read 2 days ago, I enjoyed reading your book.
Thank you.
Now, there was a bit of a difference between helping the Sri Lankan families and the Australian families you have helped. Is that quite a big difference in this?
Values and everything are basically very similar, but there's different defining things that could cause the differences. That one of the families that I helped, it was quite tragic. The woman had actually given up hope, and she'd moved into another bedroom, and because of course the Sri Lankan ethics and everything, she wasn't going to leave, but she felt so tormented, she was ready to leave, and what she was doing is one of the golden argument rules that I have in the book, which is no silent treatments, and that's what she was doing. She was not talking, and it was going on for days on end, and it was really quite tragic. And I said to her that you can't have this silent treatment going on. You need to be talking. It's your marriage, it's everything. You need to open up those channels. And I actually was inspired by her a lot writing the argument chapter, and she got back together, and she's had another problem since, and she's back together, and it's just fantastic to see them blossoming.
And what are the other case studies?
The other case study was actually a lovely, lovely lady who was always seeing the fault in her husband. She was always seeing the negative. She was always saying, he doesn't help out around the house enough. He doesn't do the dishes, he doesn't do this, he doesn't do that. So she's always picking on him, which I call nitpicking.
Okay.
And she's constantly doing this. And I started saying to her that years ago I did that for Dave. I used to always be nitpicking him. But now I see the good, and I focus on the good. And all of a sudden I see more and more good, and I see great. And that really helps a marriage. And she has turned around at one stage, ready to leave, bags packed. And last I heard they were on a wonderful holiday together.
Any other interesting case studies?
There was one that I mentioned before, another Sri Lankan family, but she's actually, that was the one that I did mention, where she's fallen in love with her husband again.
Phoebe, when I read this book, you had 12-step marriage survival guide. Will you be able to share a few of them with our viewers?
I certainly would. Some of the things that I haven't discussed already, one of the most very important thing is to treat your partner like a lover and not like a husband, because many people